Alright, let's get it started with the downfall of Sony. That's enough fucking music. Sony has really dropped the ball on this one, and I knew it was coming. I didn't feel it was coming this fast. Like, holy shit, right after I made a video on the outrageous price of a digital only GTA 6, which of course I don't like GTA, so I could care less about that, but that price is still insane for what you're getting. Basically, just something that can be ripped away from you at any point in time. Um, so Sony, I just heard about all three of these things today, and I'm actually not late for once. All the videos I've been seeing were uploaded like just an hour ago or so. Um, and it is July 1st right now, so this is accurate to the date. Physical disc production ending in January 2028 for new games releasing on PlayStation consoles. In response to shifting trends and consumer preference, new games will be released on PlayStation Store and at retailers in digital formats only. From Sid Schumann, him, Senior Director, Sony Interactive Entertainment Content Communications. As consumer preferences and the broader entertainment industry continue to shift away from physical discs to digital, continue to shift away from physical discs to digital, physical game disc production for all new games releasing on the PlayStation console will be discontinued starting January 2028. Following this date, new games will be available on PlayStation Store and at retailers in digital formats only. This transition has no impact on games that already released or will be releasing prior to January 2028 in disc format. Yeah, it's not gonna have an effect on those games because you can't physically rip someone's disc from their hand. I mean, I'm sure you could pay some fucking goddamn Pinkertons couple $1,000,000 and they'll go door to door and rip the games from people's hands, but other than that, yeah, no shit, Sherlock, no impact. They'll probably send an update in the software that if it detects a physical game, it just bricks the whole console, and you have to buy a new console. Actually, I could see that happening. Sony truly has fallen. They've entered the shadow realm, Jimbo. There's no coming back from this. This is a natural direction for Sony Interactive Entertainment to adapt to consumer trends as general preferences for digital media significantly outpaces physical discs. This transition will enable us to align more closely with how most of our community prefers to access and play games today. But this, I feel like, is an entirely false statement. The general preference for digital media significantly outpaces physical discs. Well, if all you're really releasing and pushing is digital media, and only 1 out of the 10 games you release has a fucking physical disc, obviously it's gonna look like people prefer digital. You know, you give them 2 tiddlywinks of physical and people buy it up, but compared to the gallons you're busting out of your fucking nuts for digital, it's just a numbers game. Of course digital's gonna look like it's more common. We will continue to prioritize our resources to drive innovation in how players can access and provide choices as to where players prefer to purchase new games, whether that's at retailers or PlayStation Store. If it's just digital, of course it's going to be from the PlayStation Store. No one's going to go to a physical location to get a download code. We remain committed to delivering a world-class experience to our fans as we thank you for your continued support. There won't be continued support. Unless the majority of PlayStation's player base is fucking troglodytes, you know, cavemen that don't know what fire is, that just go feed that shit right into my veins, there won't be continued support. We need Well, I'll save that sentence for the end. Um, Next, what is this? Changes start this year in select markets, followed by global changes in okay. An update on the PlayStation Store for PS3 and PS Vita. See, and I'm not a huge PlayStation fan to begin with. I didn't have it growing up. I grew up with Nintendo products, and I've bought all the way up to the Switch, and after that, I got a PS5. So I was just like, yeah, I'm pretty much done with Nintendo because as much as I love Nintendo, you know, the hardware on the PS5 is better. Um, but I did love Nintendo's products for a long time, even though they're man, you even have a picture of Mario in your room, and they've got fucking the military knocking down your door, being like, "That's not authorized." God, this son of a bitch again. After nearly 2 decades of supporting PS3 console generation, we want to let you know that we will be closing the PlayStation Store on PS3 as well as PS Vita. PlayStation Store on PS3 will close in select markets starting this year, followed by global closures for PS3 and PS Vita next year. That means new content purchases will no longer be possible once the PlayStation Store closes on these devices. To ease the transition, players will be able to download previously purchased content after the closing date of the foreseeable future. So what you're telling me is they're just shutting down that store to say, fuck you, you can't have this anymore, buy the new console. Because they'll still have this stuff previously purchased, which means it's still in their servers. Their servers are still up and running. And did you say, fuck you, stop playing on the old hardware and play on the new stuff? As the PlayStation Store continues to evolve to support modern commerce systems, including updated payment processing standards, PS3 and PS Vita are no longer able to support these updates at the level required. As a result, we will need to close the PlayStation Store on these devices in the time frame as follows. I highly doubt that. Well, I've seen goddamn gas stations from 100 years ago that have a fucking credit card reader. Okay, that's just the time when everything shuts down. We know this may be disappointing to PS3 and PS Vita players who hold a special place in their heart for this generation of gaming. PS3 and PS Vita represent an important era in the PlayStation history, so this was not an easy decision for us to make. It absolutely was an easy decision to make. Don't act like you care. The only thing you care about is the bottom dollar and how can we squeeze more shekels out of the slugs that consume our products. As we continue to expand the PlayStation experience on newer devices that most of our users are playing on today, we need to focus more resources on delivering the best gaming experience on these platforms. As we look ahead towards the future, to our amazing players, we want to give our heartfelt thanks for ongoing passion and support, which has helped inspire us to shape PlayStation into what it is today. We are excited for the future ahead as we continue to push the boundaries of play. We look forward to having you on this journey with us as we explore new game worlds and new adventures that have yet to come. Like I said, this is just, hey, you fucking troglodytes, stop playing on the old system, buy the new system, and play on that instead. Give us more money. Jeez. And then this. Apparently PlayStation will remove hundreds of purchased movies and TV shows from user libraries in September. This is why people want physical media. If you don't physically have it in your hand, it can be taken away from you. If it's downloaded, it can be taken away. It can be removed. Like I said earlier, they could probably send out an update in the software that you have to accept to even continue running it. And if it detects physical things, it'll just brick the damn system. Be like, nope, that's not a supported feature anymore. Sony has announced it's removing hundreds of purchased movies and TV shows by Studio Canal from players' digital libraries. This will begin September 1st, with Sony citing seemingly expiring content licensing agreements as the reason. See, it's always the content licensing, as they say. If you have a physical disc, the licensing agreement could have expired 100 years ago and you'd still have it. You know, I've still got copies of um the original Spider-Man trilogy from like 2001, you know. Tobey Maguire, the GOAT. I've got those. I'm sure the fucking people that made that originally don't have access to that Spider-Man anymore. I don't know. Marvel's got a chokehold because it's owned by Disney. So if it's been made in the last 500 years, they still have the legal right to it. I think, what is it? The Mickey Mouse from Steamboat Willie is the only one that's in public domain right now. So you know how old that should be. You can view the full lengthy list of content being removed from players' PlayStation digital libraries by checking out Sony's announcements post published on Friday, June 26th, which succinctly reads, from September 1st, 2026, due to our content licensing agreements, you will no longer be able to access your previously purchased content from Studio Canal. You purchased it, and it got taken away. They stole from you. They just straight took your money and ran. That's a rug pull. That's the goddamn cryptocurrency rug pull. And it will be removed from your video library. The news first attracted attention thanks to social media posts by user Somatic, who shared messages sent by PlayStation Store to users notifying them that their purchased content would soon become unavailable. Previously purchased 7.535 billion 2025 profit, but Sony are quite happy to shaft their customers given half the chance. I don't have a Twitter, so I'm not, clicking that link. Clicked it anyways, but oh well. Notable films listed include Apocalypse Now, The Final Cut, Evil Dead 2, From Dusk Till Dawn, blah 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 blah. Train to Busan? Oh, people love that one. For the 3 First Blood Rambo films, Sharknado, the best movie ever made, is getting removed? No. This post makes no mention of refunds, so players will not be compensated for losing access to films shows they paid for. PlayStation ceased the sale and rental of movies, TV shows in 2021, so while players have been able to buy or rent media for years now, they could still access previously purchased content. However, as noted by Video Games Chronicle, PlayStation's end-user agreement, as with most digital storefronts, states that users purchase licenses to view content, which can be removed upon the expiry of the licensing agreements. That's a sad day. That actually makes me upset. Well, the thing I was going to say earlier is you need to pirate now. You need to absolutely pirate, because if everyone says, you know, if buying isn't owning, then pirating isn't stealing. You need to pirate. Give your money to the Chinese companies that make ripoffs and will sell you the exact copy of a PlayStation 5 made by a 5-year-old child's hands, but under a different name called like Player Station 5 or something, and it's $100, but it can support all of PlayStation's games. You know, give the Chinese children your money at this point. You'll get a better experience from it. You'll still get to keep your stuff, and if Sony's giving you the middle finger, give them the middle finger back, man. And I promise you, I guarantee you, 100% for a fact guarantee you, that if you stop giving PlayStation money, they'll be like, oh shit, because it's affecting our bottom line, it's affecting the only thing they care about is their wallets. They'll be like, oh shit, and they'll reverse all of this. I know for a goddamn fact they'll reverse it all, or they'll go bankrupt. And that's it. Those are their 2 options. You know? But it has to be like a conceited effort by everyone. Go give all of your money to the Chinese ripoff companies. Go steal everything you can steal. Because stealing's not illegal anymore, man. Go pirate it. You can only pirate things that don't belong to you. Um, and if you've bought something, it belongs to you, regardless of what this end user license agreement is. Because I think there was a court um case a while ago that said nobody reads these things, so they're not legally binding. Let me see if I can't actually find that. Court case about um God, what would it be? What would the actual thing be called? I thought it decided. All right, the court ruled in favor of the users. It decided that just clicking a download button does not mean you agree to hidden terms. A company must make the rules clear and show the user that clicking the button means they agree. Oh, I thought it had a different outcome. Maybe I'm wrong, but I really thought it had a different outcome that basically said no one reads these, they just click agree, so it can't be a legally binding contract. Um, hmm. I guess I'm wrong about that, but oh, I don't know. But yeah, absolutely go pirate now. Like holy shit, in Minecraft, of course. there's my legal defense in Minecraft. But yeah, man, that's absurd. You can't just fucking take the things away that someone has purchased. That's like you go into the grocery store and buying your groceries for the month or however often you go, and then coming back home and someone being like, "Hey, we don't have a brand deal." The grocery store being like, "Hey, we don't have a brand deal with Chiquita bananas anymore, so give us back the bananas you bought." Are you gonna give me a refund? No, no, we're not. Get fucked. Like, brother, that is the real world equivalent. Give us back the bananas. Oh, holy shit. Peace out.